So we dealt with gold, and the Philippines is number one on all of Earth, in all of history. Let's take a good look at the second resource of ancient Havilah, the land of Adam and Eve, Delium. Welcome to 100 Clues. The Philippines is the ancient land of gold, known as Ophir in the Bible and history. No, it's no fable, and this has already been proven in full in the God Culture's Solomon's Gold series. At the request of many viewers, we have pulled out 100 compelling clues, really proofs or evidences, from this research in which we will highlight briefs of the most compelling points. And yes, there are over 100. These videos are for those who have not had the time to watch Solomon's Gold series, or for those who'd like to review, and easy to share to friends and family, especially skeptics, whom we welcome. This brief video cannot replace that 50 video series nor prove the way that it does, but this will be very effective nonetheless. So go there for full evidence, but now part 13 of our series, 100 Clues, the Philippines is Ophir. One clue at a time. The Pisan River surrounds ancient Havilah, where there is gold, bdellium, and the onyx stone. Why on earth would the Bible mention these very specific resources thousands of years ago? Because Yahuwah knew these would make it possible to decode this, especially in the last days. See, we are in the days of increasing knowledge that Daniel predicted, and any organization not testing this new knowledge, which is coming to light, will render themselves impertinent very soon. This is why we must all prove all things for ourselves, as 2 Thessalonians 5:21 tells us. But what is this bdellium? Have you ever even heard of it? Sure you have. Check this out. Look up the different articles from scholars on the topic, and there are two main views on bdellium. It's actually pretty funny there's even a debate on this, frankly. See what you think. They believe this bdellium is either pearl or an African resin. Now, we won't focus on the fraud of calling that resin only African to obviously stretch this into Africa, especially since that same resin is actually found in the Philippines. Thus, it is not African resin, just resin, that's all. So even if it were correct, it would still not point to Africa necessarily. That is not scholarly. Of course, none of the other clues do. So, sorry, it doesn't work. However, enough of these articles that haven't even bothered to look up the Hebrew word. Bdellium is only used twice in the Bible. So the Bible will settle this for them, and it can interpret itself, you know. In Numbers 11:7, the only other time this word appears in all of the Bible, the manna that was eaten by the Israelites in the wilderness for 40 years was the color of bdellium. Okay, this gets really easy now. Look at the nice white, pearly colored manna. Or do you really think they ate something that looked like this disgusting African, not resin, to the right? Simple and case closed. It's pearl. So what country on all of Earth has the largest pearls? Ooh, this is actually not up for debate. In 1934, the largest pearl up until that point was found. It was called the Pearl of Lao Tzu, but it actually has several names, not just that one. It was found in the Palawan Sea in the Philippines. Now, this particular one is shrouded in controversy over the name and a claim it looked like the Prophet Allah. All of those kinds of things are ridiculous. Oh, I saw Jesus in my bread. Are you kidding me? Why would he have to appear in your bread? That's nonsense. In order to fetch a hefty price, of course, that was the reason they made up the story. In fact, according to the Atlantic magazine, China even tried to take credit for it, saying it was first found there and that they were shipping it and it dropped off the ship. But that doesn't make any sense and really sounds like a false claim to us. Certainly not something they could prove, and they didn't. But nonetheless, it remained the largest on record even in the Guinness Book of World Records until recent years. Of course, the real point, if the largest pearl were found in China, how come all the largest since then have been found in the Philippines? And that one was, too, according to actual history, not trying to jade it in China's direction, which we're seeing a lot these days. The point, no place else on Earth has come close to that 1934 pearl, which was 6.4 kilos or 14 pounds. And it is not the largest in the Philippines, demonstrating there is no close second on this in any sense. In 2006, another Palawan fisherman found the world's largest pearl to date. The Puerto Princesa pearl weighs in at 34 kilos or 75 pounds. Wow! According to Forbes, CNN, and many others, this is the number one. Then, recently, a Filipino-Canadian discovered his family heirloom that they had had for many decades was not actually a rock, but a giant pearl which his father purchased from a Palawan, Philippines fisherman. How about that? When he had tested it, it turns out it's a 28 kilo or 62 pound pearl. Now, it's not the largest, and though documented, there are reports of other 33 kilo pearls, etc., in Mindanao especially. Reality? The Philippines is number one in the largest pearl on all of Earth. Not even just the first, but all the way down the list to 1934 when they started keeping such records. The Philippines doesn't just have the largest pearl, but the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. There is no competition in this category, especially including China. That is, unless they came into Philippine waters and fished one, which they are certainly trying to do. Yahuwah completely preserved this, and the gold pinpointing his ancient Havilah, because he wants us all to know. The funny thing is, even long before these large pearls were produced and then recorded, Dr. Jose Rizal in 1896 wrote a poem identifying the Philippines as the Pearl of the Orient. Almost seems like he kinda knew something, huh? Well, you will find his contemporary, Professor Blumentritt, writes that Rizal believed the Philippines was Ophir, in fact, and he did as well, even in 1891. So we have covered 2 of the 3 resources, and get this, the Philippines is not just rich in these resources, but in 2 out of 2 so far, leads the world as number 1 in both resources in all of history. That is impossible. No one can make that up, nor can they disprove it. Frankly, this is already enough to identify Havilah strongly with the Philippines. So will this track continue with the 3rd resource? Stay tuned for the next video following shortly after this one. As we keep saying, there is no debating. The Philippines is the land of gold in all of history. It is time this knowledge be restored. For those about to comment in ignorance, yep, we always get them. We dare you to watch Solomon's Gold series by The God Culture, the original channel, to prove the Philippines is in fact Ophir. Even here, we are breaking these into sound bites and clear points, but watch how all 100 clues tie together in history, the Bible, science, geography, language, etc. And this series will blow you away. Thank you for watching 100 Clues. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the bell and like us on our new Facebook, The God Culture-Original. If you wish to skip ahead, go to the God Culture YouTube channel and watch their Solomon's Gold series in English or Tagalog. There will be a link on the next screen. We can know this truth and be confident this belongs to the Philippines, and no one can disprove that. Until next time.